Before you know it, it will be back to school season. But today we want to talk about a growing trend among youth. Kids are having more and more screen time during the summer, which really may be impacting their health. Well, joining our discussion is a very special guest from Texas Children's Hospital. Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Aishwarya Parikh. I am a pediatric neurologist and a headache specialist at Texas Children's.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. And this is such a hot topic, screen time.
Yeah.
So first of all, tell us a little bit about some of the studies when it comes to screen time and the age especially.
Yeah, well, we know that screen time is not the best source of entertainment for kids these days. We have really good guidelines from the American Academy of Pediatrics about what we want kids to be exposed to, and under 18 months we really want no screens at all. Between 18 to 24 months, a gentle introduction to screens, and in those preschool years, no more than an hour. And then after that, we really want to be setting good limits and making healthy habits with screen time.
Why is screen time so bad?
I don't know that it's necessarily a good or a bad thing, but we know that with more screen time and without high quality screen time, so screen time that involves interacting with other people, so watching a movie together versus just sitting on your phone in a dark room. We know that more exposure to that lower quality screen time means that your brain is not developing the way that we want it to. Okay. So in those first few years of life, you have this explosion of brain growth, and there are very few places in the body where you want wrinkles, but in your brain, you want wrinkles. The more wrinkly that brain is, the more space you have for learning and growth. And we have seen in studies that more screen time means a less wrinkly brain, less of those sulcal imaginations, a thinner cortex. And so we really don't want to stunt that growth in those early years.
I had no idea. It was never put to me that way. So what else can we do to stimulate their brain instead of the screens?
Yeah, so going outside. In the summer, it's hot.
Right.
And so that's a little bit difficult here in Houston, but going outside means access to parks, and hopefully there's nice tree coverage, which means growth and motor development growth. Being able to climb on things and move your body and get that heart rate up is really a lovely way to use your time as opposed to being on screens. But there are ways to do that with screens too, right? You can have dance parties with your kids at home, or you can turn on some music or maybe dance with a screen. And as long as it's a joint endeavor with parents and their young kids, or with siblings or with peers, then that can be a positive experience.
Okay, that's good, because also sometimes I know some parents out there, they're like, okay, this isn't realistic for me, or maybe they have to send them to daycare. We're lucky because our parents catch our children. So what do we do if we send our children to daycare and there is a screen?
Yeah, I mean, I think that is a choice that daycares generally have to make. It is really hard to take care of a bunch of kids all at once, and so I can understand that. It's also a choice where you send your children to school, right? And so I think having those conversations with daycare leaders and with the teachers at school is important, and may even change their practices. Perhaps they don't really know what are the negative effects long-term that screens could have. And you could be changing the lives of many kids by having that conversation.
These are all really good things, and good things to consider and put it into perspective. Now, when it does come, because we were talking about school and when they get older, when should we start introducing, and how do we introduce screens to them?
So I think that gentle introduction is the key. We spend a lot of time thinking about screen time, how many minutes in a day are we spending on the screen, but I think if we reframe that to what are the screen spaces in our home? Maybe screens don't happen in your child's room. They happen in the common area, like in the kitchen or in the dining room or in the living room when we're preparing, dinner, something like that.
Right.
That way it's a joint activity. Or screen time of day. Maybe it's not first thing in the morning or last thing when you go to sleep. I think those kinds of limits are gentler than you can only be on your screen for 30 minutes or 1 hour, which can lead to power struggles when it's time to turn it off.
Right.
So I think setting those habits and gently introducing is probably the key. Forming good habits early and maintaining them, that's the trick in all of parenting, I think.
Yes, very much so. Where is a good resource for us and for more information on all of this?
I really respect the American Academy of Pediatrics. They have thought about what it means to be a child, what it means to parent children in today's day and age, and they are often looking at evidence to make their guidelines. So any questions about screen time or other health things for your children, I would turn to them, the American Academy of Pediatrics.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate your perspective.
Absolutely. Thank you, Maggie.
Thank you.